and more names coming forward. All right, thanks, Phil.
With the most recent list of potentially abandoned properties in Rockford, when it came out, we were stunned.
77 pages worth of addresses on that list. It's pretty amazing. Eyewitness News reporter Christie took the time to look through all of it, and she joins us now with some interesting results.
Yeah, Nick and Mimi, thousands of addresses filling this document that we obtained through the Freedom of Information Act. I sifted through all 77 pages and asked the city how they're dealing with the problem plaguing abandoned Rockford. Dust and splinters. A 3-story house Rockford families once called home, reduced to a pile of rubble. Decades of memories smashed by the iron fist of a backhoe.
There's a lot of them that are on a much smaller scale, and there's a lot of them that are on a much bigger scale.
Brooke Anderson knows a lot about tearing down vacant properties in Rockford. She owns N-Track Group, a contracting company the city uses to level blighted homes like this one.
A lot of times we get a thank you. We've been waiting for this for, 3 years, 4 years, however long.
And that's because there's a lot of homes to get to. Eyewitness News obtained this list of all the potentially vacant properties in the Forest City. Nearly 6,000 addresses spanning 77 pages. The number of homes demolished in the past year, only about 100. Do the math, and demolishing every home on this list would take 60 years. But Rockford Building Code official Seth Summers says it's not that simple.
Abandoned homes don't necessarily mean they're suitable for demolition.
He says the city surveyed 1,400 properties off this list last year, and only 10% met state criteria for demolition.
Evidence of a fire, evidence of squatters, if the house was boarded up, if the house had structural damage, if there was garbage on site.
In years past, the city has only been able to demolish about 20 or 30 homes a year. But that changed in 2014 thanks to a federal grant and some fun finagling by city council.
Do you think the city is taking an aggressive enough approach to eliminating some of these vacant homes?
If any time in the city's history this is the most aggressive we've been.
That's little comfort for residents like Marshall Butchhart.
This is pretty nasty.
Butchhart says this house, nestled alongside his on Chestnut Street, has been an eyesore for years. The windows broken out, exposing a hollowed out home and the dangers that lurk inside.
So now kids run in and out of there. I'm waiting for them to set fire to it and really create a mess.
Across the street, Tiffany Love and her family stare at the same eyesore, and the demolition crew parked right in front of it.
I think it's just best that it's torn down.
But it won't be torn down. Not yet. This crew tackling another vacant eyesore less than a block away.
There are a number of houses that, like whole blocks, that became vacant.
13th Ward Alderman Linda McNeely watches as this house is reduced to a pile of splinters.
Does Rockford have a vacant home problem?
Oh, yes.
This heat map highlighting the worst areas for vacant properties. In Ward 13 alone, there are potentially 673 of them.
This home is one of more than 100 that the city demolished in just the past year. But still thousands of vacant homes plague the Forest City, and not all local leaders say every home should be torn to pieces.
It kind of hurts to see them demoing a home when I know there are people that are desperate for a home.
McNeely would like to see a program that allows residents to purchase a vacant home for bottom dollar and then be trained on how to fix it up. A home like this one on North Johnston, sitting just across the street from Alberta Jones.
Teach these young people some trade. Maybe they will not be walking around here doing nothing, things they shouldn't be doing.
Jones has lived in the neighborhood for nearly 40 years and has watched it deteriorate because of vacant properties.
Don't you think the value of the homes have gone down? It does.
But Summer says that while not all homes can be demolished, the ones that have been show the city is serious about revamping blighted neighborhoods, and that's catching the eyes of investors. Information requests for vacant properties have doubled in recent years.
As we keep eliminating the worst of the worst, we hope to build up those neighborhoods and beautify the city of Rockford.
But after staring at the same vacant home for several years, Jones is skeptical.
So it's really not fair to you?
It's not fair. It's not fair. It is not fair.
The city compiled the 77-page list of potentially vacant homes based on whether they have the water turned on and if someone is actively paying the bill. Summer says he believes about a couple thousand listed in the document are likely not an issue. But Summer also urges anyone having issues with the vacant property